Hi, welcome to Project Geospatial. I'm Adam Simmons here at the 2023 Symposium in St. Louis, Missouri. I had the pleasure with talking with Satellogic today. We've interviewed them a couple years ago, but we want to come back to them, see where they are today and what their actual capabilities are, and we'll go from there. Sir, could you please introduce yourself and we'll get right into it.
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Luciano Gieso. I am head of sales for global governments at Satellogic.
Excellent. So can you briefly talk about your actual history in the industry yourself, personally? How'd you get to here?
So I worked in the IT industry most of my career. This is my first space job, even though I've been with Satellogic for almost 5 years now. But it's sort of a pattern in many of us in the company. Our founders came from the IT industry, and we brought some special things that go on that industry to feed the way that we do things in the space industry. So 5 years on the space industry, to make it short.
Excellent. No, great. Thank you very much for letting me know who you are. Now let's dive right into Satellogic. Who are you as a company and what are you trying to do?
So we're the first vertical integrated geospatial imaging company. Okay, we are really democratizing access to space. I know that many companies say that, but we are really doing it. We have today the largest constellation of high revisit, high resolution, better quality imagery satellites in the world. We are flying 34 of these babies that you see over here right now, where we're looking at remapping the whole planet on a weekly basis, and we are looking at revisiting points of interest with our current constellation up to 7 times a day.
Resolution?
Resolution, 99 centimeters native, 70 centimeters super resolution right now. Next generation of satellites to be launched only in a few weeks is 70 centimeter native resolution, 50 centimeters super resolution.
All electro-optical?
All electro-optical.
Understood. And okay, so let's go talk on the democratization. Okay. What does that mean for you?
So we really want to be able to offer the best cost in satellite imagery to broaden the use of images in different industries and in different use cases all around the world. So Satellogic was born by the need of one of our founders. He thought, how could we better distribute natural resources, throughout the planet? And he came to the conclusion that that could be done by looking at the planet from space and by sending satellites to do that. So we are really embarked in this mission of trying to get our images and related services to everybody out there. We have agreements out there with companies such as Skyfi, who are offering our imagery to small users, to small companies, to anybody who wants to have a satellite image to use for any use case, be that agriculture, forestry, energy, oil and gas. We are looking at more and more use cases, not only in the defense and intelligence and and governmental sector, which brought us to this event, but to use more and more privately held uses of satellite imagery all around.
So for you, democratization means distribution. And
yes.
and does that touch into expanding into licensing, being more open about licensing?
We are very open about licensing and the way that we license uses for several government agencies within a same governmental contract, or to be able to do Creative Commons licensing in some cases, and to reach even to a certain extent. We provide free imagery whenever there is a disaster somewhere in the world, where we collaborate with the Disaster Charter and with other organizations in helping with satellite imagery whenever there is an earthquake or a flood or a fire or somewhere in the world that could be profiting from our imagery, to make use of boots on the ground help more effectively. There we are very present and wanting to really help solve the problems of the world with our imagery.
Okay, let's go back to the satellite access for a second. What's your tasks to delivery time for your customers? What do you estimate that to be?
So today we're looking at lowering that drastically. So we are providing some contracts where we are tasking to deliver in less than 6 hours. And then we have, it depends on the type of acquisition that we do, be it a standard acquisition, a priority acquisition, or rush capture. We are looking at less than 2 hours in some cases, but most of our clients are looking at, with rush capture, somewhere between the 6 to 8 hour window.
Okay. I want to talk about something one of the sessions, or perhaps even the director said, around wrapping around collections around objects and more intelligent collection and tasking. What does that mean for you? Is it just allowing your customers to order what they want for looking for images and using their own expertise, or do you support more guiding your customers towards finding what they want based off of, maybe critical infrastructure, places on the ground, or other algorithms that might feed on top of your collection network? It's obviously fed directly off of what NGA kind of highlights what their potential requirements are going forward.
Right. So we do some analytics ourselves, but we are really focused in providing what makes us unique.
And what makes you unique?
And what makes us unique is we have high resolution, high frequency, low cost imagery. And the NGA, by the way, because you named the NGA by name, they awarded us, a gold medal for multispectral imagery at this very event in this very booth 2 years ago when it went on in late 2021.
Okay.
We won the gold medal for the quality of our imagery, against anybody here in the room. So we are very much focused in providing that type of imagery and product, and let integrators that we work with and partners that we work with all around the industry make sense out of our imagery and do the analytics themselves rather than try to do everything ourselves.
Okay. Well, any last minute things you would like to say to our audience about Satellogic before we wrap up?
Sure. So, as much as this is a mock model and and it's just cardboard, this is a real size satellite that we are selling as part of our space systems offering.
To be clear, you're selling the satellite, not this guy right here.
No. This one is not for sale. We can negotiate anything if you want. Right. But this one is not the one for sale. But we are selling these satellites for less than $10 million. We had a public offering of this. It's out there in our website, and we're not secretive about it. We feel like we have a necessity that many governments around the world have expressed to us of wanting to own our technology. So that is out there, and we hope that we will be selling a lot of these satellites in this upcoming year and many to come.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, sir, and learning a little bit more about Satellogic this year and getting some updates. I'm Adam Simmons at Project Geospatial. We'll talk to everyone next time.
Thank you.